The people are asking, no, there's no attendance is being taken because these sessions are not mandatory for you to join. And they'll also be recorded and you will be given the YouTube link for the recordings. Okay, so I hope you have gone through the basic syllabus of the course, right? Okay, let me show my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One more thing that I want to tell you is that on the portal, if you open it, so on the top left hand side, like in the panel itself, you can find the common data sets that will be needed for this course, right? So there are some common data sets like sports data sets, Olympics, library, some data sets are there. Okay, so you have to go through those to answer the questions. All right. So today basically we'll be starting the first week. So have you seen the lectures?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
And one more thing is that
Not every lecture is over, ma'am. Only some of it are over.
yeah, no issue. But make sure to go through all the lectures, right?
Ma'am, I have some doubts in the practice assignment.
Yes, yes. We'll take up all the doubts. First, let us finish the theory part. Tomorrow also you have another session on it, right? So there also you can discuss the questions. First, we'll cover the theory of week 1. Okay?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I have some doubt. Like, I don't get the complete schedule of the live classes. If possible, that I could get the schedule, so it would be helpful.
You have added it in your calendar?
Ma'am, but it shows only, ma'am. I'm not like I do not get the full calendar. So if we given some link regarding the calendar, so it would be helpful because I don't know that
Okay, okay.
on which days there are live
Yes, ma'am.
classes.
I am also
If
not
I
able to
do
upload the
classes also
calendar.
wasted.
Okay. Can you just write down the query in the chat box, right? And I will look into it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So week 1, first of all, you are aware of the fact that in every week we'll have a practice and a graded assignment, right? The practice assignment is just for your practice. Sorry,
The live section are optional and
you're not properly audible. What are you saying? See, per week you will have one practice session, one practice assignment, one graded assignment, right? So the graded assignment will be counted towards your grade. Practice assignment doesn't carry any marks or any weightage. Okay, it's just for your practice.
Ma'am, what is
And
the last date of submit graded assignment?
it will be given at the top of your screen on the graded assignment page. Okay,
12th of June.
just check that once for week 1.
ma'am, actually I have a doubt.
Ma'am,
One
your
by
voice is not clear,
Hello?
ma'am. It's a cracking voice.
Can others hear me or?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are
Now you
audible.
are audible.
Ma'am, is there any book which contains questions similar to the ones in graded assignments?
If you want to follow a book, then that is given by the professors. If you watch the lectures, you will see they'll suggest one book. But
Okay,
to
ma'am.
practice, if you want to practice questions, you can go through some of the previous year ones, like previous term questions, or the practice and activity questions for each week is more than enough if you complete them.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So throughout the course, you'll have 2 quizzes, right? One is quiz 1 or qualifier, and the second one is quiz 2.
Yes, ma'am.
And then at the end of the term, you'll have your regular end term examination, right?
Ma'am, my doubt is
Yes, ma'am.
the recorded lecture is enough for qualifier exam.
See, the lectures given by professor, you have to go through those lectures and you can attend the sessions, live sessions, TA sessions. That will be enough.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So basically,
Ma'am,
what
I
is
have a
computer?
doubt related to the solving of a question, ma'am.
Okay, we'll come to questions. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. And even if we cannot answer everyone's questions right now, you can make a post on Discourse or Google Forum,
Hello,
right? And
ma'am.
tag us.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have also doubt in some activity questions.
See,
Activity
we will go
assignments.
through all the how this thing goes is that first we will complete the theory of every week, right? Then we'll do your
Yes.
activity and practice assignments. Then you
No, ma'am.
complete your graded assignment.
I have doubt in submitted that because I have already submitted some activity assignment, but in grade it's not so.
What is not showing?
It's so the due. It's not so submitted this assignment.
See, activity assignments you can submit as many times as you like.
So there is no
No,
option
see,
to submit.
activity and practice you can do as many times as you like. Graded only has your deadline.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Ma'am, it is mandatory to submit the activity assignment.
No, they're not mandatory, but if you want to get a good grade, you might as well check them out.
Ma'am, in
Yeah.
the graded assignment section, I am not able to see the data for the solving the practice questions.
That data is given at the top, okay, where you go to the portal. On the left hand side, there is a panel, right? So at the top of that, there is one section called About the Course, right? So you tap on that, there is a drop down. There you can see common data sets.
Ma'am, it affects to our results.
Sorry?
The activity assignment, does it?
No. Activity and practice do not have any weightage towards your marks, okay? It's just the graded.
Ma'am?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am?
Yes,
Hello?
go on.
Yeah, ma'am, could you please tell us the specific days in which the live sessions will be conducted?
Yeah, live sessions are there on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
These 3 days
Thank you, ma'am.
CT live classes will be conducted.
Yes, 6 to 8.
Yeah, ma'am, Monday?
Friday and Saturday.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
I just found out how do I submit the assignments after finishing all the modules? Only then are we supposed to submit the assignments?
After you finish all the lectures of a certain week, right?
Hello. Yeah, Manideepa.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me introduce with the course content first, then I think we can start the session. Otherwise, this question will keep coming.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah. So, yeah,
I'll
can you
stop
please
sharing.
stop sharing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am Piyush Vairade, the course instructor for City course, along with Manideepa. So I will quickly go through the quick content, okay, weekly content, and where is the data set, what you need to follow, what is mandatory, and what are the requirement that you need to fulfill for eligible for a qualifier exam. Okay, so please let me complete, and then you can ask your question.
Sir.
So let me share my screen first. Yeah, first let me complete, and you can ask your question because I think most of the question will be clear when I will explain. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So this is okay. Let me unmute everyone. Mute everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Is this screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Please mute everyone. Yeah. So see, this is the qualifier course, city course. So let me just refresh the page. So at the top, you can see some orientation session. So you can just go through this particular videos, right? And this disciplinary non-academic conduct. So you can just go through the video that is for your information purpose. Now here you can see course introduction, right? Inside the course introduction, here you can see a common data set, right? Are you able to say this, everyone, right? Now just go to this common data set And here you can see click here to view your data, right? Now all the data set which is used in the lectures and all the question which is based on practice assignment, grade assignment can be solved using this data set. Okay. So here you can see paragraph words, scores, shopping bills, train. These are the cards basically that professor has used in the lectures. Okay, so here you can see this type of card professor has used, right, in the lectures. So data set is given to you, and the this data set is converted into a tabular format. So here you can see score data set, and this is a scores PDF. So while solving question based on the scores PDF, you have to refer to this particular scores PDF. Okay. For example, I will just go to a week 1 practice assignment question. Practice assignment, grade assignment, similar type of questions are there. If you are able to solve practice assignment, you can solve grade assignment also. So here you can see procedure using scores data set. So along with the question, we have mentioned which data set we have to use, right? So for that, you need to use this common data set. Okay. So any doubt in common data
Sir,
set only?
No,
Huh?
sir.
sir, do we have to use
No,
the
sir.
PDF version or can we use the scores JPEG version also? I mean, is this different? Both are.
So see, in some question, here like you need to require to go to a data, right? You need to enter the value of A, B, C. So in that case, you need to use the scores PDF because we want a input, right? Data. And if you just the scores question is based on score data set, then you just want a structure of a database. So for that, you can just go to a scores JPG. Okay. But I will suggest you to go to a scores PDF. Both are the same thing. But only here we have mentioned the data. In that we have mentioned the structure of data set. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So
So
may I
please
ask
mute.
you a doubt, sir?
Yes, any doubt on data set first. Okay.
So what
Then
are I had a doubt on the meaning or how to start learning
Can
this, sir.
you tell us again, sir? Because I now only I have joined.
yes, yes. So those who are joined now, let me complete first. Then I will take your doubt. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hmm?
Hello, sir. So,
Hello.
may I ask you something?
No, let me complete first. Then I will take your doubt. Is my voice is not audible?
Okay,
Is my
sir.
voice
Sir,
is
I
not
want to
It is
clear?
know
audible.
that
It is
today it's
audible
my
to us.
class because last class we have submitted some assignment to join the class.
Please mute. Let me mute everyone.
Mute everyone, sir. Mute
Mute
everyone.
everyone.
मैंने देखते सिटी मारे से किसी तो कुछ ना
Just a minute. Let me mute everyone. Yeah, I guess. So first, let me complete. Okay, how to go through a content. Then you can ask your doubt. You can just raise your hand. I will unmute yourself. Then you can ask. Okay. So if you have any doubt, just raise your hand. But first, let me complete. Okay. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So I think, yeah. So this is about the data set. Every question is based on the data set. So you need to refer to this particular common data. Okay. So what you need to do in this particular course. So first, just go through the course introduction. This about introductory video about the course. In common data set, I already discussed. Then here you can see general instructions and important links. This is very important thing. See here, you can see calendar for this course. Once you click on general instructions and important link, here you can see calendar for this particular course. You need to click on this calendar link and you need to add to your calendar. Okay. So as I already added, so it will not showing me the pop-up, but you will get a pop-up that add to your calendar. Okay. So yeah. So here you can see. Let me remove. Yeah. So this is CT course, right? So we have two sessions. This CT, just a second. Computation. Yeah. So first session is on Friday and Saturday. So these two sessions will be taken by the instructors like me and Manideepa. Today's and tomorrow's session, Friday and Saturday session. Then we have four session, that is TA sessions. That is on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So all of you can see this particular schedule in your calendar. So what you need to do, go to a general instruction important link. Then here you can see calendar for this course, and then you need to add this calendar. Okay, then only you're able to see this schedule. For joining the session, you just need to click here and you can see the Google Meet. So TA session will be on the Google Meet, but instructor session will be on Zoom Meet. Okay. So this is about the live sessions, and live sessions are not mandatory. It's up to you. If you have any doubt, you can join. Otherwise, there is no need. If you don't have any doubt, okay, you can join TA session also if you have any doubt in practice assignment, grade assignment, activity question. In instructor session, what we will do, we'll discuss the concept in Friday session and we'll discuss few questions in Saturday session. And if you have any doubt in practice or activity, you can ask the TS session, okay? And we cannot discuss the graded assignment question before the deadline. So this is one important thing you need to know. If you have any doubt in understanding the question, then you can ask, but uh, solution or we cannot discuss the graded assignment one, okay? Then you can see course playlist orientation session. So these are the things. But important point is that the calendar for this course. Now, how to go through this course content. So here you can see week 1, week 2. So every Friday we are going to release the weekly content, week 1 and week 2. So week 1 is already released, and here you can see the videos. So you need to go through the videos and solve this activity question. Now this activity question is based on this particular video. This activity question is based on lecture 1.2. So in this way, you need to go through all the videos and activity questions. And remember, activity questions and practice assignment are also optional, but graded assignment are mandatory. You need to submit graded assignment compulsorily. Okay. So this is a deadline of graded assignment. So before this particular deadline, you have to submit the assignment. If you're not able to submit the assignment, you will get a 0 marks for this. And to get eligible for the qualifier exam or quiz one exam, you need to submit both the week assignment. Okay, so this is very important point. You need to submit both week 1, week 2 assignment, and you need to score more than 40% in both the graded assignment. Then only you will be eligible for the exam on 7th July. Okay, so this is clear to everyone. Only mandatory thing is this the graded assignment part. This is the thing you have to submit it. That's it. Rest all are optional. Okay, joining live sessions, activity question, these are optional, but submitting graded assignment is mandatory. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone. Now I will take the doubt those who have raised their hands. Okay, so first I will go with Harmeet. Harmeet, any doubt? Harmeet, you have
Sir,
any
I have
doubt?
a doubt. Sir, yes, sir, I have a doubt, but it's in the graded assignment. Should I ask it now or
No,
on
no.
Saturday?
Anything regarding the course content. Okay, I will. You
No,
cannot
sir, for
discuss
now.
the grade assignment.
Not
Okay, you
for
can
now.
raise your hand.
Yeah, not for now.
Anyone, any doubt regarding the whatever I have just explained? They are only doubt. Content related doubt, question assignment doubt will take later.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, I am asking that is the joining the live session is mandatory? Please repeat.
No, no, it is not mandatory. If you have any doubt, then only you need to join the session. That's it.
Fuji,
And I am saying, sir, that actually the class content will be delivered on the recorded form or live form.
Excuse me, sir.
Uh,
Are those videos enough for us
Sorry,
to
one by one, please. I'm not able to hear.
excuse me, sir.
Sir, that actually
One
the
by
class
one.
will be delivered on the recorded form, live form.
Just a minute. I'm not able to hear anything.
Sorry, one by one, please. I'm not able.
So this session is for everyone, those who are for qualifier session, JE student, and a term student, foundation level student. So content is same for first 4 weeks. Quiz 1 and qualifier exam is same. Okay. Please mute. Okay. Yeah. So I have muted everyone. So, Vidya, any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Adiba,
Actually, I
just tell me.
wanted to know that whatever content is being released as of like the lectures taken by Madhavan sir and Venkateshwan sir, are those enough to write the qualifier exam and doing the practice assignments? Is that enough? Or they have given a list of prescribed books? Do we need to get them and practice from them as well?
See, only going through course content, yeah, if you're able to solve practice assignment and grade assignment questions, so that is enough.
Practice assignment answer?
Graded assignment question.
Oh, okay, sir. So that
If
would
you're
be
able
enough
to
to
solve,
qualify my qualifier.
yes, yes. If you are able to solve those questions correctly, then that is enough for qualifier exam. You can expect similar type of question in the exam.
Okay, sir, and I also wanted to ask for CT exam qualifier. Will we be given data set, or like what will be the like CT is mostly based on data sets, right? So whatever questions that will require data, that will be given, right?
Dataset template will be given. So you can see JPG format, right? Data templates. That will be mentioned in the question itself, question
No,
paper.
no, no. I'm talking about this data in the exam, the qualifier exam, the actual in-person exam.
Yes, yes. Dataset template will be given to you. So don't worry about
Also,
it.
one last question, sir. In the graded assignment,
Hmm.
there was one question where the first question was to take if like A is greater than or less than 250. There was some condition, right? There was one exact card at 250, so we can skip that card, right?
Yes. See, this is basically a Boolean operator. If A is less than 250, then consider if A is equal to
Less
250, it
than
means it is not 250, right? For example, I'm just, no. First, for example, I'm saying we have a condition A is less than 200, right?
Yes, sir.
And the value of A is, for example, 200. But that condition is not true, na? A 200 is not less than 200. So you
Yes.
need to skip that part. Yeah.
So when there is a less than or equal to thing,
Yeah.
like
Then
a
you have to consider.
comparison of less than or equal to, does that also become Boolean?
Yes, yes.
So since it is also equal to condition, it becomes Boolean because even equal to becomes a true condition.
Yes, yes. So A less than or equal to 200, then if a value of A is 200, then it is true because equal
So
to
that
sign
also
is there.
comes under Boolean, but for now it is not. Exact 250, it's just because it is given less than or greater
No,
than. I don't remember the question though,
Boolean
but
is basically the true or false output, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
That is all
So
my
that's
question.
it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Then Adiba Nakvi, yeah, you can ask.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So my doubt is regarding the practice assignment. Can you please go back to the practice assignment?
Practice assignment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like share the screen if possible.
Yeah.
So yes, the first one.
Hmm.
So here I'm not able to view the data set, like the it's here, it's given, right? Click here to view the data
No,
used,
no.
and then the above two PDFs are given.
So if you want
I
to
have
view your
not.
data, see, this is working, right? Click here to view data. So you need to click here to view data use. So data set is given to you. And for this question, you need to use core data set. So just go to common
Okay.
data and here you can see scores PDF, right? Now you need to use this scores PDF. Just follow the process, the steps, and find out the value of ABC. That's it.
I
Okay.
was not able to go to any other page while I was clicking on the click here option.
Okay. Or else what you can do in the course introduction section, we have a common data set here. Same data set are there.
Okay.
Okay. Common data set. Go to that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So next one is yes. Bhaskara, Purvi, any doubt?
Sir, I'm sorry to ask a very basic doubt, but I'm unable to understand the procedure to learn this. Can you please explain the procedure, the steps that we need to follow to this in this platform?
For what platform?
For the computation thing. So you've explained the data sets to open that something in that, and then what should be done first, whether the lectures or the data sets that we need to see?
Yeah, so first you need to go through a lectures. Okay, data set is for just solving the question, because if you watch the lecture, professor has used some cards to explain the concept, right? So those cards are mentioned in the this particular data, right? For example, scores card. So these cards are used by professor to explain the concept. So first watch the lectures. Go to week 1, watch all the lectures. Try to solve this activity questions AQ 1.4, 1.3. Once you have solved activity question and watch all the lectures, then you try to solve the practice assignment questions. Okay. Solutions also we have given. Just go through a solution if you are not able to solve the practice assignment. Okay. And then you can go to a graded assignment. So this is mandatory part. Graded assignment you have to submit before the deadline, and you need to score more than 40%. Okay. So practice assignment is there, and you can see the solution also here. Okay. So just go to this PDF. You will be able to see how to solve the questions. Okay. And for solving for this question, you need to refer to score dataset and go to score dataset. For next question, here we need to use Word dataset and go to Word dataset. Okay. I think this is clear, right? Okay. Next now, Purvi. Yes, Purvi. M. Sanjay. So this session is live on YouTube. You can watch the recording afterwards also. Sunit, Ayush, Anisha. Yes, you can unmute.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, the 40% marks are to be get in all the subjects or any one subject?
No,
The
for all the
different 40%.
Yeah, in both the
40%.
assignment.
Total 40%. Sir,
Yes.
as we have assignment 1.
Yes. Assignment 1 40% greater than assignment 2 also more than 40%. Yeah.
Sir, assignment 1 of every subject 40%, yeah, total marks 40% of total subjects.
Every assignment. Total also. Average of week 2. 2 week is 40%. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
First
Sir,
2 week is
I want to change my Gmail also. Have
So
you any
that
solution?
operation, see, whatever the operation, you can just report to a support team, because we cannot help you in the operation related query. We can only help you in the content related parts. We are the instructors. We will be helping you with the content related part. All the operation query, you can just mail to a support team, right? So we are here for the just content related query. Yeah.
I have done a mail. No reply was given. That
Yeah, you can wait. They
after.
will give you. Okay. Yeah. Ayush, Sanjay.
Sir, I have a doubt that how much lectures should be completed in a day?
It is not like that. You have given the lectures on Friday, so you need to go through lectures and submit the assignment before the deadline. That's it. It depends on you. You can watch all the lectures in a single day, or it's up to you.
Yeah, it's written that first one week means that the lecture 1.1 and 1.2 and so on, it should be completed in a week.
Before the
That's it?
deadline. So yes, you can watch the lectures anytime, but you need to submit the graded assignment before deadline.
What about the live class that you were told that the live session will go on further, and you have discussed that the class teacher will take the class, and someone wants to join it, then join it, and someone does not want to join it, then also.
Yeah, see, live session is not mandatory. Okay, if you have doubt, you can join. Otherwise, there is no need if you don't have any doubt. So there is no attendance. There is no mandatory part for joining live sessions. It is just for your support. Okay. Yeah.
Is there is anything in a week that we have to join a class in a week that is
No,
mandatory? Any class?
nothing like that. No mandatory. Only mandatory thing is that you need to submit a graded assignment before deadline. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if I'm able to clear your question, please. Others, you can raise, lower your hand. Aryan, Lakshita, yes. So if
Good
you have
evening,
any
sir.
doubt related to operation, please lower your hand. I cannot help you in that. If you have doubt in content
Sir,
regarding, then only you can ask. Yes.
my question is that in graded assignment questions, we have been asked to go through this data sets. So in data
Hmm.
set sections, we have to go through the folders of, let's say we have been asked to open the scores data set. So we have to go through
Hmm.
the folders or the PDF version of scores data set.
Yeah, PDF version. So I will suggest to go through PDF version because based on that you can solve any questions. Okay.
Or, or sir, if I have gone through the folder version, is that same or I need to go through PDF version also?
The same thing. See, folder means we have just provided us whatever the cards that professor has used in the lectures, and that card data is tabulated in the PDF format. Okay, that's it. So, for example, let me share my screen. So here you can see this particular card, right? Harish, gender M, date of birth, town, city, and marks is given to you. So this is card number 2, right? And other cards are there. Total 30 cards are there. Now if you go to this course PDF, so basically we have just tabulated that part. So here you can see card number 1, Harish, gender M, 3rd June, Salem. So all 30 cards are been given here. That data is given here. So if you go refer to this particular PDF, then that is enough. Okay. Okay, great. So yeah, Anjali, Aryan, just go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Actually, I was going through the details, and it was somewhere mentioned that bonus you will get some bonus point, and before the qualifier exam, you will have to, in fact, go through some questionnaires. It was like that. So this, although we are going through all the lectures and we have done few assignments as well, but is this something different?
A bonus mark is for, I think, practice assignment questions. If you have submit practice assignment, then you will get some bonus mark.
Okay. So
Yeah.
practice, okay. So practice assignment we are already submitting, but based upon this, we will get some bonus point also, right?
Yeah. You can check the grading policy. So if you see a course introduction section, you can see general instruction, important links. So in that you have grading policy also. Click here to view document. So click here to view document is basically a grading document. So you can just go through a city, a course, and see what are the things are there. Okay.
And there are some categories has been defined for foundation and diploma course, but since we are just a beginner, so we don't come into any of such category, right?
Yeah.
Until and
So
unless we don't qualify. Yeah.
no. This is qualifier. See, first 4 week content is same for qualifier also, foundation level also. So we have JE based
Okay.
student, qualifier student, term student, everyone, but same content is there. Exam is also same. Okay. Qualifier quiz
Okay.
one is same only. Yeah.
And so, and secondly, if I will not be able to appear in the first qualifier exam, which is going to held on 7th of July, so is it okay if I give this exam on the second one?
Yeah, please.
With,
I'm not sure about that. You can mail to support team. Yeah. Okay. So that is
okay,
operation
fine.
issue. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks
So
a lot,
please,
sir.
everyone,
Thanks
if
a
you have
lot.
any operation issue, please lower your hand. I may not be able to answer your question. Yeah. So then we have Pooja, Mohammed, user. Yeah. Aryan, any doubt?
So the J entry also has to give the qualifier exam.
Yes. So qualifier quiz one is same exam. So those who are qualifier student, they will give the qualifier paper, and those who are JE based and foundation level student, they will give the quiz one. So qualifier quiz one same exam is there, just names are different. Same question, same pattern. Okay. But those who clear the quiz one, that is basically qualifier, they can continue. That is the case.
Hello.
JE based student can continue the course. They don't need to clear the quiz one. But qualified student need to clear the quiz one. Okay, so that is the thing. Paper is same. Everyone needs to do the quiz one exam. Okay.
And sir, as you said, we have to submit the graded assignment before the deadline. But what if like we are not able to yet view the course content? I'm with the support team, like contacting the support team, but there's no response from that side.
Okay, so you are not able to access the course content, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, you can just wait for a support team reply because you are not able to access the course content. Okay, you can just write the email to them. Yeah, I will forward this all the issue to support team. Then yeah, we'll see. Okay.
Hello,
Hello, Satyam. Yes.
I am audible, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, I have some doubt about my activity questions that I have already submitted. So it's shown in grades or not?
No. As I said, only graded assignment is there. Activity question practice assignment is just for practice purpose. It is not mandatory.
Sir,
Graded assignment
sir,
is you have to submit.
sir, there is
Tell me.
also option about activity assignments. So what about that?
That's activity assignment, right? So that is for your practice purpose only. You should be able to check your knowledge. That's it. We are not considering marks
Okay.
for that. Yeah.
So if I am
Marks are
going
considered
to
only for grade assignment.
if I am going to submit my practice, if I going to submit my grade assignment, then it will be showable.
Yes. Only graded assignment. Others all are
Okay.
not graded or practice and also not graded. Okay. Only graded assignment you have to submit. This is the only mandatory part. That's it. No live sessions are mandatory. Activity questions also not mandatory. Graded assignment is the only thing that it is mandatory to submit before the deadline. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Archana, Sanjay, Mukul. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. I have
Huh?
a doubt in practice assignment, sixth question, sir.
Yeah, the question doubt will take tomorrow if you have any doubt. Okay, because Manideepa is going to uh, teach the overview of this particular week one. Okay, so if you are not able to understand some concept, that will be clear. Then only we can take the doubt. Okay. So if you have any doubt in the question, please lower your hand. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I would like to ask the doubt regarding the qualifier exam, sir, with respect to computational thinking. So, will there be any templates of the data sets in the qualifier exam, sir?
Yes. So here you can see all data set template in the common data folder, right? So that thing will be given in the exam paper. Okay. So if you just go through a common data folder, you can see all data set templates. So that will be given in the question paper.
Okay, sir. And one more doubt I would like to clarify, sir. So when we are doing the practice assignment, we ourselves can access the data sets, no, sir?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So data set you can access anytime. For practice assignment, for grade assignment, you need to use data set only. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, anyone? Rahul, iPhone, Ranveer, Nida. Anyone, any doubt? Aviru, Puneet. Okay, I will open. Yeah, anyone, any doubt? Please
Sir?
unmute yourself. Yes.
Sir, sir, I have some doubts, sir. Hello, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Just a second.
If a condition is not met,
Hello, sir.
we have a bunch of conditions.
Sir, I have doubt
If
in my
first one is
dashboard.
not met, will the second
Like
condition be
non-eligible
executed?
tag are coming
Just
on
a second.
registration.
Please mute. Please mute.
Sir, what are these open sessions?
Please raise your hand. Okay. See, open sessions are basically instructor session, and TA session is basically taken by TA. TA is the last term, like previous term topper. So he'll be helping you with the solving the questions. Okay, activity question, practice assignment question, or any doubt. So if you have any doubt, you can join the session, ask your doubt, and then you can left the session. Okay. So that's it. Instructor session is basically that is on Friday and Saturday. So we are going to discuss the concept. Concept means just overview of whatever is there in the weekly content and just solve few questions. And then you can ask your doubt. Okay. So yeah. Abhirupa, Nimish Patel, Anshuma, and Nikhil. Any doubt? Dishant, Redmi 6 Pro.
I have one doubt.
Yes, Anshula, tell me.
Sir, why the data set in the common folder is given in JPEG format and in PDF format?
No, just refer to PDF format. JPG format is just a structure, and PDF format is the data of that particular data set, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so as I said, just refer to any of this. You can able to solve the question. Yeah, don't worry about it. As you go through a question, you can see.
Sir, I have
Okay.
one question.
Yes,
Hello, sir.
Anshul. Just a second, Anshul.
So
Yeah, yes.
how does it use the book recommendation which is given in the code?
That is optional. If you want, you can purchase. Otherwise, it's not required. Okay, it's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Priyanshu.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have taken admission through JE, my JE score. Sir, when I
Okay.
will get my admission letter and ID card?
That's it. This option issue we cannot answer. You can better mail to support team. Only question related to a course content. That's it. Otherwise,
Okay,
like
sir.
we don't know about that because we are the instructor team. Operation issues are different one. We cannot answer
Sir,
those
if
questions.
I have
Yeah.
taken admission through my JE score, then sir, in my dashboard, quiz one will be appear like quiz one, and if someone to qualify, then it will be appear to them as qualifier exam.
Yes, yes. Both are the same exam, but for JE level or foundation level student, it is quiz one, and for qualifier, it is qualifier exam. That's
And
it.
their names are different.
Yeah, only names are different. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so I will just take question for a few minutes, then we can start with the session. So Mandipa will cover the weekly content, like just overview of weekly content. Okay. So yeah, Risha, Kanan, Mohammad Farhan, Asad, Karthik, any question? Sadhna?
Sir, sir,
Huh?
sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible.
Sir,
Just a second. Risha, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, sir, what is the process of learning this one, sir? Actually, just now I have joined this course.
Yes, yes. Both the
And
same exam, but for JE
no,
level or foundation level student, it is quiz.
no, I know
Please
about
mute. Please
those
mute.
things, and I have not written the JE exam also. I have not
Okay.
written the JE exam also. I am taking
Yeah,
this
so I will just
online
take question for
dashboard
a
only.
minute, then we can start with the session. So Mandipa, please mute. I think someone is watching on YouTube also. Overview of weekly content. Okay.
No, I am
So
not able to hear this, sir.
Risha, Kanan, just a second. Yeah.
Actually, sir, what is the process of learning this one, sir? Actually, just now I have joined.
Yeah, so just go through a weekly content. So first you need to watch the lecture, solve the activity questions. The sequence in which the course content is provided, just follow that. Okay. And submission of grade assignment is mandatory for you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I think we can take like lots of doubts are there. See, first we'll discuss the concept part, and the concept regarding doubt will get clear to you. Okay. Other operation relation issue, please mail to support team. We cannot help you in the operation related issue. Okay. So I think it's already 45 minutes. So I guess Manideepa, we can start the session now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so week one, let me first share the slides. Yeah. So there are very basic things in week one that will be, please stop drawing on the screen. Okay, let me first tell you about what are the contents in week one. Okay, so we will start with introduction to flowcharts. Again, I'm asking, please stop drawing on the screen. Okay. I will be resharing. Please do not do these childish things. Okay. So look at these symbols. All right, these are some commonly used symbols that we'll be using in our flowcharts. Correct? So this symbol that you see, one second.
Yeah,
This symbol,
please don't do this. Who is doing this? Yeah, please don't do this. Otherwise, we'll close the session. Aryan, Chanchal, yeah. Manideepa, you can stop sharing the screen. You can stop annotating. Yeah, please don't do this, okay? Otherwise, we will not be able to teach the concept. Mandeepa, I think, yeah, you can start now.
so firstly, this process or activity that is represented by this rectangular box. All right. Please don't do this. Don't draw on the screen. It's your loss only. So I don't think we can continue like this. Everyone, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Okay. So these are some of the common symbols that we will be using when we learn flowcharts, right? So this rectangular box will represent any process or activity, like any job, you can say. Say if I want to add two variables a plus b, then that will be done in this box, okay? Because that is a process or an activity. This is a flow line or arrow to show where the, like how the flowchart is going from one step to the next step, right? This box is a decision box. So if you have any condition statements, maybe you want to check that if the value of stored in variable a is equal to true or not. So whenever you're asking a question, then you will use a decision box. And a terminal is this one, which is also kind of rectangle with blunt edges. So this will be used for your start and end boxes, right?
Manadip, your voice is, I think, just not clear properly. Can you check your microphone?
Is
You
it
can
okay
use,
now?
no, you can use your system microphone if you are using headset.
Yeah, no, I'm using the system microphone only.
Okay, try with headset then. The sound is cracking here. That's why.
Is this better?
Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
These are the main symbols. Okay. Next, we have take an example of a flowchart before that. So first terminal does what? It indicates the start and end of a program. So whenever you're making a flowchart, the first symbol will be a terminal and the last symbol will be a terminal. Then this decision box does what? It determines which path the program will take. Right. So if you ask a question, there can be two possible answers, right? So either yes or no. So based on that, two different paths might be there. So this decision box will be determining which path we will be taking. Right. The flow line or an arrow does what? It shows the order of execution of the program script. And the first box, like I said, processor activity is any set of operations that can change the value of data variables. Like any. So now let's take an example for a flowchart where we will be counting the number of cards, right? So this is how you draw a flowchart. So we have a stack of cards, let's say. Just like in your data set, you have cards, right? Whenever we talk about the sports data set, we'll be talking about cards in that data set. So now we will write the flowchart for counting the total number of cards. So this is the first block. This is the terminal, right? This is the terminal symbol. So first we are writing start. So when we start, the cards are all assumed to be in a single file called file 1. So I have 30 cards. They're all in a single file and I'm calling that file as file 1. Right? After that, so now these arrows do what? This is the order of execution. Right? So we first have to initialize the count variable to the value 0. So count is a variable that I am initializing. And what is count going to do? It will store the total number of cards. Right. So initially, I don't know how many cards are there. So I'm giving it a value of 0 as of now. Okay. Now we will start an iterator.
What is an iterator? Basically, what do we mean when we say that we are iterating over something? Means we are repeating some certain steps, right? Repeating certain number of steps in a loop. That is an iteration. So we need to repeat which steps. First, we will pick a card from our file. Then we will read that card, and after we have read it, we will move it into a different file, say file 2, right? And increment the value of count. So these are the three main steps that we'll be iterating over. First, say I have a file of cards called file 1. It has 30 cards. So I will pick one card from here. I will read that card, and once I've read it, I will put it into a separate file called file 2. Now, this card that I picked and read and then moved to this file, I have to count it, right? So I will increment the value of count. So let's say I read the first card in file 1. So after that, count should be equals to 1. Because first it was 0. Now I have added 1 because I read one card. Next again, now file 1 has how many? 29 cards. Again, I will pick one more card, read it and put it to file 2. So at this point, file 2 has 2 cards and file 1 has 28 cards. And what is the value of count? Count is updated to 2, again plus 1. So like this, you will keep on iterating until we have read all 30 cards, and the value of count will be what? Value of count will also be 30, right? If you are counting 30 cards. So when will the iteration stop? It will stop when file 1 is completely empty. That is, you have already taken out all 30 cards. Okay. So now we will have a decision box. Okay. Why do we need this? Because to work with the iterator, it has to start somewhere, right? So what is the question that we are asking? Are there any more cards left in file 1? So every time we are counting, we are asking the same question. Like whenever we are encountering file 1, the question we are asking is that, is there any more cards left in file? If yes, then we will go one way. If no, then we will go another way. Right? So there can be two answers to this question. Now this question you will put where? In a decision box. Okay. So this is the next order of execution after initializing count. Next, see, there are 2 parts. So if there are more cards present, yes. And if there are no cards present in file 1, then you go to no. Right? So this is basically if true, then yes, false, then no. Next, see, I am right here. So I have started, I have initialized count to 0, and I am asking, are there more cards in file 1? Right? If yes, then I will pick a card X from file 1. So I will pick some card and I will call it X from file 1. Right? But this is when there are more cards present. But if there are no cards present in file 1, if file 1 is empty, then I will go this way and end the program. That means all cards have been counted. But until and unless there is even one card present in file 1, I will go to this direction and pick that card. Then after I have picked it, I will move it to a separate file called file 2. So move X to file 2. Right? Why do we need to move it to a separate file? So that we don't count the same card twice. Right? Now, after you move it to file 2, this is the most important step, is that you have to increment the count variable. So count started from 0. Now say I have, at this point, I have 30 cards with me in file 1. So more cards in file 1? Yes, I have more cards present. There is more than one card is present. So yes. Now pick a card X from file 1. So I will pick one card X. And now I have left 29 cards in file 1. And move X to file 2. So I create a separate file 2, and X is now here. So file 2 now has one card. Right? And after that, so what have I done? Increment count to, count was 0, now count will become 1. So like this, I will continue till count reaches 30. So when count reaches 30, after that again, this decision box will ask, more cards in file 1. So after I have counted all 30 cards, file 1 will become empty, right? Then we will take this one that is no or false, and we'll end the flowchart. So up to this, do you have any questions? Everyone is clear on this? So what is missing then? Can we just give these arrows and that will be it? No. We have to circle back to the decision box itself, right? For that, we will put this arrow. That means every time after you increment count, you will again go back to this step, asking if there are more cards in pile 1. So this thing is a loop, right? This whole thing is a loop. So this is a very simple flowchart. Once again, let's go through the steps. First, you have to use this terminal box for start. Then this is process or activity where we are initializing count variable to 0. Then we come to the decision box. We ask if there are more cards in pile 1. If there are more cards in pile 1, we pick a card X from pile 1 and move that to separate file called file 2, and we simultaneously increment the value of count variable. So this will go on till file 1 becomes empty, that is no more. In that case, it will ask this question, more cards in file 1, so the answer will become no, and we'll again put another terminal for n. If you don't have any questions, we'll take one more example. So this is a flowchart to find the sum of maths marks. Okay. So if you have the sports dataset, if you have gone through it, the sports dataset is about a dataset of a number of students from different cities, right? And it contains their marks in maths, physics, and chemistry, and the total marks. Okay. So there are 30 something cards in that dataset. You can go and check it out. So now if we want to find, say, the summation of math marks of every student in that dataset, what will be the flowchart representation of that? That's what we're trying to see. So this is the first terminal box where we're starting. Okay. Then count is initialized to 0. Now we are asking, are there more cards in file 1? Yes. Because right now, say I have 30 cards in file 1, 30 students. So more cards, yes, 30 are there. So I will go in this direction, right? Then I'll pick a card X from file 1. That is now 30 minus 1, file 1 is 29 cards. And I will move it to file 2. To form a separate file, file 2. It has 1 card. And I will increment count. So count was 0 in the beginning. Now count is incremented by 1. So it is 1. Again, I will go back. Take this arrow. Are there more cards in pile 1? Yes, 29 cards are there. So again, take 1 out. So 29 minus 1 is 28. And I will move this X card that I just picked to file 2. So now file 2 has, and count is again incremented 2. So like this, it will continue, right? Now, if I want to do the sum of maths marks, so instead of this increment count, I have to perform some other operation, right? So till now, we were trying to find the total number of cards present in file 1. But now I want to know the sum of maths marks of all 30 students in the cards. So I have to do everything same, just change this process or activity box, because now we are not trying to count. So what we will do? We will take a separate variable called sum instead of count, because we want sum of math marks. That is our question, right? So first we will initialize the variable known as sum, and we will set it to the value 0. Then we will read the first card. We will check that we pick a card from file 1, we'll read that card and we'll move it to file 2 similarly. After that, what will happen? Now in this box, instead of incrementing count, now we don't have a count, now we have sum. What we will do? We will add max marks of card X to sum. Every card is a card of a separate student, correct? So it has the data for that student, right? So every time you pick a card, what you will do, you will add the max marks from that card in the variable sum. So first sum is initialized to 0. Now say I picked one card. That student has scored say 18 maths. Okay. So up to this it is done. I picked a card X from pile 1. I read the card and the student has scored 80 marks in math. Now I can move this card to pile 2. Now in this box, what will I do? I will add this 80. It will become 80. Now say I pick a second card of some student who has scored 75 marks in maths. Right? So I took this loop, I went right back to the decision box and I picked one more card. And say that student has scored 75. So I will read this, I will move it to pile 2. Now pile 2 at this point has two cards. And I will again add this 75 to the sum variable. So sum was 80 now. So what will happen? 80 plus 75, that is 155. So like this, you will keep on adding the mathematics marks for all 30 students in this sum variable. So at the end of execution, sum will contain what? The actual sum of mathematics marks of all students. Right? That's what we wanted to use this flowchart for. Okay.
So this is the actual flowchart for this. So first you have start, then set sum to 0. So if you have more cards in pile 1, you go this way, pick a card X from pile 1, move it to pile 2 and add card X's math score to sum. Just that I showed you right now, right? So you take the sum variable and you keep on adding everyone's mathematics marks in that variable. So like this, you will go 30 times in this loop. You will go, right? Till you have exhausted pile 1 and no more cards are left. So
Sorry to interrupt. Your voice is again cracking. Yeah.
Just give me a second.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. But you are not audible properly. Still, background noise is there.
Is this good now?
Can you speak again?
Is this better?
Better, but still cracking a bit.
I don't know, sir. I mean, my internet connection is also stable. So.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, continue. Yeah.
Okay, so after starting, the next thing you do is you initialize the variables that you will be using in your flowchart. Like count, sum, these are all variables, right? So you can take any variable that you'll be using in the flowchart and you can initialize them here. After that, we ask in the decision box which are the unvisited elements. Like in that case, we were asking, are there more cards in pile 1? More cards mean more unvisited cards that we haven't seen yet. So that question you ask in the decision box. So if there are such elements present in your data, then you go this direction, that is yes or true, and you pick one such unvisited element, like a card that you haven't read before. Then once you have done that, you mark that element as visited. So in that case, what we were doing, we were picking a new element from pile 1. Once it is visited, we are putting it to pile 2 so that it is not visited twice. Right? And after that, you can update the variable as per the needs of the question. Like if we were trying to find the total number of cards, in that case, you are updating the count variable by 1. If you wanted to find the sum of mathematics marks, in that case, you updated the sum variable by adding the maths marks of the student whose card you have picked. Right? Like this, you can go. So that is it for flowcharts. Okay. So if you don't have a question, then I will change the slides. Okay, so this is the next one. So now we will use a technique called filtering. So I guess basic flowchart, how it works is clear for everybody. Now we will learn what is filtering, right? So we will do the same thing, flowchart for sum, but this time we'll be using a filtering technique. So what is that? Let's see. So now we want to add some additional conditions, right? So till now we were trying to add the sum of all maths marks scored by every student. Now say I want to find only the total marks scored in mathematics subject by the boys, not the girls. So this is one filter that I am applying over my search, right? So filtering is nothing but like when you are, say, you are visiting any e-commerce website or anything. So you go under the electronics section, say. So under that you can see all electronics products. Now you can specify what are your requirements, and based on that, it will narrow down your search, right? So just to do that, we also have a filtering technique here. So till now we were taking the maths marks of all students. Now I can narrow my search by just using some of the boys' maths marks. So what is the thing we will change in our flowchart in that case? So I have to add some other condition, right? That checks that the card belongs to a boy or a girl. So the first thing is start, then sum, initialize it to 0. More cards in pile 1. Yes, pick a card. Move it to pile 2. So this is the basic. Add card access math score to sum and end. So this is what we did till now. But now I need one more condition, that is the card should belong to a boy. Only then we will add the maths marks. So where do we need to make the change? We need to make the change before this, that is before we add the X cards math marks to sum, we have to make some change. So here what we do is, after we pick a card from pile 1, we read that card, move it to pile 2, then we add one more decision box. That is one more question we are asking now, that is X a boy? If X is a boy, then yes. And we will add card access math score to sum. Otherwise, we won't. So this can also have two possibilities. One is X is a boy, yes. Then you add the maths marks. If X is not a boy, then no, false. And you will not add the mark. So here it is written, nothing to be done if X is a girl. So if X is a girl, we won't do anything. We'll just continue with the next iteration. So that is how this will look. So if X is a boy, then add his marks. If X is not a boy, so go in this arrow and just go back to the first decision box where your iteration started. And you will continue with the next iteration, that is pick the next card. Okay. So now say I want to find the sum of both boys and girls maths marks. So I need two sum, right? one sum of the boys' mathematics marks and another sum will be representing the girls' mathematics marks, like total marks scored by boys and girls. So I need two variables, I can tell. So first I will do start in the terminal box, then come over here. In this process or activity box, we will initialize two variables, girl sum and boy sum, both to 0. Because first we haven't read any card, right? So first we will initialize them both to 0. Then we will come to the decision box. And we are asking, are there more cards in pile 1? If yes, then we'll pick a card from pile 1. And we will move it to pile 2 after we have read it. Now, here is the change. So first we were just checking if X is a boy, yes, then add his marks, and if not, then you go back to the next iteration. But in this case, we want the sum of both girls' marks and boys' marks. So if X is a boy, you add card X's math score to boy sum variable. That is this variable that we initialized, boy sum. So if I encounter a card and say the first card I encountered belongs to a boy who has scored say 55 in math. So in that case, boy sum variable will be updated from 0 to 0 plus 55, that is 55. Now say the next card I picked is of a girl who has scored say 90 in math. So in that case, is X a boy? The answer to this question will be no, right? So we will follow this path. No, false. And what we will do, add card X's math score to girl sum. So if it's not a boy, we know it's a girl. So we will take the girl sum variable that we again initialize here. And we will add the marks. So 0 plus 90 is now 90. Now just like this, you will keep on picking cards and check if it is a boy, then you add the maths marks in boy sum variable, and if it is a girl, you add the maths marks in girl sum variable. And at the end, when there are no more cards left in pile 1, the answer to this decision box will be no, that is false, and you will end the program. And at that point, girl sum and boy sum will be representing total mathematics marks scored by girls and boys separately. So is this clear for everyone? Do you have any doubts? Okay, so I guess no one has a doubt. So here you see what is the summary. That is, we first introduced the concept of filtering here. So what is filtering? Basically, this extra decision box that we added acted as the filter. Right, so we add the filter condition inside each iteration. So to start an iteration, we are already using a decision box like this, where we are asking if there are more cards in pile 1. So this is doing what? This is accessing the pile of cards again and again. And within this loop, that is this step, this step, this step, these are all part of a loop, right? Because right after this step, we see that it again circles back to the decision box. So all of these steps, inside these steps, we have to place the filter condition somewhere. Just like here, this is the filter condition if X is a boy. Okay. So this is filtering. If you don't have any issues with whatever we've done so far, then we'll go to the next lecture. Those who have raised your hand, you can unmute and ask your queries if you have any. Okay, so this is the next lecture. So these slides I'm sharing, they're not from all of the lectures that are there in week 1. So I think there are around 10 lectures in week 1. So you have to go through all of them. These are just like a rough idea of the important topics, right? So this lecture is about data types. So here we will introduce you to the concept of data types. What are data types? And we'll also learn about sanity of data, right? So first of all, whenever we talk about data types, so if I write a number, say 41, What type of a data is this number? Is this a character? Is this an integer? What is this? So whatever you can specify this into, right? Whatever this 41 is, whatever group it belongs to, that is its data type. So ideally 41 is what? It is an integer type of data. Right. So we have different types of data types. We have integer, we have character, we have float, string, right? So lots of different types of data types are there. So what is sanity of data? Sanity of data means what, like we have to make sense of the data, right? So let's just say, for example, if I say that someone has a phone number. So we all have phone numbers. Phone numbers are what? They're integer type data because they're numerical, right? But if I say that no, my phone number is a character type, or if I want to say that my phone number is a character data type, so that is not sane data, right? Because it does not make sense. Just like that, in your school you have roll numbers. So roll numbers are also usually integer type data. But if you specify them to be character type, then your data doesn't remain sane anymore. That is, it does not make sense. So we organized our data set into cards, each storing one data item, right? So each card had a number of elements, numbers, and sequence of characters. So numbers are what? Marks. This is talking about the data type, the data set that we are using, right? So we are using a deck of cards in which each card had a number of elements. The first thing is each card had some numbers, that is the marks, and the sequence of characters, that is name, bill, item, word, etc. So we observed that there were restrictions on the values of each element can take. For example, in the scores data set that is given to you, you can check that each card is belonging to a separate student. The information is given about that student, like are they a boy or a girl, which city they belong from, the marks they have scored in physics, chemistry, math, and their total marks, right? So in that physics, chemistry, math, each subject, a student has a constraint that he can either score, like he can score between 0 and 100. So anything between 0 and 100, including 0 and 100, a student can score. But this constraint has to be followed. If I see a card where some students' physics marks is given 368, then that is not sane data because it is out of range, right? So for example, marks has to lie between 0 and 100. Again, name cannot have funny characters, right? So no one's name has these special characters, percentage or ampersand, whatever, right? So these things you have to observe. So you might get questions on sanity of data as well. Like we might deliberately give you some data which is not making sense. So the sanity of data, you have to find out which rows are not making sense. Maybe somewhere we have given that the roll number is AB or something like that. You know that is not possible. Or somewhere in some row we have given that some student has scored 400 marks in maths, which is also not possible, right? Because these are all violating the constraints. So constraints on the kinds of operations that can be performed. So addition of marks is possible, but multiplication of marks does not make sense. So obviously, you wouldn't want to multiply a student's marks, right? What will I achieve by multiplying someone's physics, maths, and chemistry marks? But by adding those three subjects, I can get the total mark of a student, right? So the operations that you perform, that should also make some sense. Now we can compare one name with another to generate a Boolean type, right? But we cannot add a name with another. So I can check that, okay, some student's card I have picked, maybe his name is Steve. So I can pick one more card and check whatever is the name of the student given in that card, maybe XYZ, and I can check whether Stephen is equal to XYZ, right? So you can compare these two names from these two cards, but you cannot add them. That doesn't make sense. So this will lead us to the actual concept of a data type. So by associating a data type or simply a type with a data element, we can tell the computer or any other person how we intend to use a data element. So why are data types necessary? So whenever I give some data, an integer data type, it means that I can perform arithmetic operations with that variable or that element, right? So every element must have some data type associated with it so that the computer understands how that element is to be used, right? So what are the values of or range of values that the element can take? What are the operations that can be performed on the data element? All of these things will be specified by the data type of the element. Okay. So when we specify that a variable is of a specific type, we are describing the constraints placed on that variable in terms of the values it can store, right? And the operations that are permitted on it. So two things that a data type will tell you is that what type of a element is that, right? Like what type of values it may store, what are the range of the values it can store, and another thing is what type of operations that are permitted to be performed on it. So these things are specified by your data type. So what are some basic data types? Let's see. One is Boolean. Boolean data type can assume two values. One is true, one is false. Okay. So whenever a variable has a Boolean data type, it can either assume the value true or assume the value false. Okay. Has only two values, true, false. What operations can we perform on Boolean data type variables? We can perform AND or operation, right? So what are AND or operation? Maybe I have two variables A and B, both are of Boolean type, Boolean data type. So if I perform A and B, then what are the different outcomes that I might get? So if you know the truth table, A, B, and A and B. So one combination can be that A and B are both true. In that case, A and B will also be true. If A is true and B is false, in that case, A and B will give you false. Again, if A is false and B is true, A and B will give you the Boolean value false. And if both are false, then obviously it will be false. So whatever operation you perform on A and B, these two variables, the result will always be Boolean, right? Similarly for OR also, if you know A, B, A or B. So OR is an operation, Boolean operation, AND is a Boolean operation. So if A is true and B is true, then A or B is also true. Again, if A is true and B is false, A or B is still true. If A is false and B is true, then also A or B is true. But if both are false, that is the only case when A or B will give you false. Okay. So this is about the Boolean data type. Next, we have another data type known as the integer data type. This is most vastly used in the course as well. Integer data type does what? So it can store the range of values from -infinity to +infinity. That means all the values that are less than 0. -1, -2, -3, ... And again, similarly, all the values that are greater than 0 and 0 itself included. All of these come under the integer data type. So this is the range of values that integer data type can handle or can assume. So on these values, you can perform any operation, any arithmetic operation, right? Like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, anything you can perform. And whatever you perform, the result type will always be an integer as well. Like if I perform an addition of 3 plus 4, I get the result 7. 7 is also an integer type element only, right? So performing any operation between two integer type elements will give you an integer type element, right? So we always perform operations between elements having the same data type. Okay. So what are some other data types? Another, we have character data type. What are the values that character data type can assume? So it can assume values that are alphanumeric. That is, it can assume all the positive integers from 0 to 9, and it can assume any of the characters, right? Even special characters. So capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, and all the special characters, period, comma, everything included, right? These are all falling under the character data type. Now using these, you can do what? You can use what type of operation and result? So you can use this operation. This is what? This is assignment operator, right? And it will also give you what? Boolean type result. So these are the different types of data types that we will study in this course. Boolean, integer, character. So these are the main ones. There are other data types too, but these three are the most important ones. So any doubt? Okay. Yes, 35 people have raised their hands. You can ask your question if you want. You can unmute and ask. Okay. So I will share the next slide. Arya, Rubhavati, you have raised your hands. Do you have anything to ask? Otherwise, you can. Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Yes, you can ask.
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I don't have any doubt regarding this. No, now what we have taught. Actually, I have doubt regarding the sessions, live sessions. Can I ask it?
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, in the calendar, there are four types of session. That is, one is office hours by TA, open sessions by TA, and open sessions, that subject name that is given. So, ma'am, what are these office hours by TA and open sessions by TA?
See, these are just sessions that will be taken by your teaching assistant. So there will be 4 TA sessions in a week that are all given in your calendar only. So there you will, in TA sessions, you will mostly be discussing the doubts that you have regarding your assignments. Okay, and there are 2 sessions by instructors on Friday and Saturday. So in those sessions, we will cover the basics of every week and we will take the practice assignment questions. So
Ma'am, then
TA
what is
sessions and
office hours TA and open session? What is the difference between these two?
you can join any session you want for your doubt clearing. Okay, the same thing will be happening.
Okay, means the subject oriented, which the teachers will take, like you will take, that will be occur only on Friday and Saturday.
Yes, so subject oriented we will do on Friday and Saturday, and after that, if you have any doubts, you can ask the TA.
Okay, ma'am. Then what are these activity and practice sessions?
We just name the sessions as activity and practice. So in activity session, we will be taking up your activity questions from every week, and in practice session, we will do practice questions. And on open session, we discuss the theory of the week. Okay.
Means whatever the sessions that are given TA sessions, that will be doubt clearing sessions.
Yes, yes.
Only the open session will be taken by the teachers.
On both sessions, Friday and Saturday will be taken by instructors.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Bhaskar, do you want to ask something? You can unmute and ask.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I actually have a doubt regarding the extra marks that are obtained with the practice assignments. Are these for the JEE students too?
There are extra marks.
There are
Practice assignments will not be taken towards your weightage for your grade. Only
ma'am.
graded assignments are necessary.
And there is one more doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can we access the e-library, ma'am?
I'm not the right person to ask that.
Okay, ma'am.
Maybe you
And
can mail support.
yes, ma'am. What else can we do to improve ourselves in this course, ma'am?
As of now, just going through every week's lectures that are given to you on the portal and attending the sessions by instructors and TAs is enough. If you practice the assignments that are given per week, there are plenty of questions per week. There are 5-6 activities at least, and practice and graded is enough.
Ma'am, and we were prescribed by the faculty about the reference books, ma'am. Are those compulsory to be?
If you want, no, nothing is compulsory. If you want to follow those books, you can follow, but this is also enough in order to pass the exams.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Krishna Kumar, you have a doubt? Dishant, any doubt? Arya? Okay. JP, do you have a doubt? Arthi, Shivam? Okay, so I guess no one has a doubt. If you have, you can unmute and ask. So I will share the rest of the slides now. Okay. So now we just saw what are data types, right? Now we will see what are subtypes. So every data type will also have some subtype, like this integer data type. It has a subtype known as sequence number. So integer data type was including what? All the negative values, 0, positive values, everything. Now what is the range of values that is eligible for sequence number subtype? Let's see. So sequence number is a range of values starting from 0 to some variable called max. Now max is some reasonable number. Alright. Max is some reasonable number that you may set. It can be 10,000, it can be 100, whatever you want. Whatever is the largest dataset size that you can work with. So sequence number, in case say I have 100 cards in a pile, in that case if I start sequence number from 0, so it will be 0 to 99. Correct. Okay, next thing is so none of the integer operations make sense for the sequence number data type. Why is this set? Because sequence number of a card, I mean someone has card number 1, someone has card number 2. So adding the sequence number is not giving us any meaningful data, right? So that is why none of these integer operations will make sense for the sequence number data type, because it is a subtype of the integer data type. It is also storing numerical values, but applying any of these operations, it doesn't make any sense on them because these are just card sequence numbers. Okay, another subtype can be marks. So what are the range of values? Usually 0 to 100 is the range. Whenever we give an exam, we can either score 0 or 100. That is basically the range. So range of values go from 0, 1, 2, 3 to up to 100. So here max is 100. Right? So what are the operations you can perform? I can either perform addition or subtraction. Right, so these two operations will make sense. Like in the flowchart, we saw that we wanted to find the total sum of mathematics marks scored by boys or girls. So in that case, we were doing addition. So like that, addition subtraction will make sense, but multiplying or dividing the marks will not give us any sane data or any sensible data, rather. Okay, so we can have greater than, less than, equal to, these things are okay. So when we use these two operations, addition or subtraction, for marks, the result that we will get will also be some mark, right? So if I say I want to find how much marks did student A score more than student B in maths. So what will I do? A's maths marks minus B's maths marks. Whatever the mark I get here, that is also of marks data type only. So addition subtraction will give me a result of marks data type. Now if I want to check if A and B have scored the similar marks in maths. In that case, I will do what? Compare their marks using this operator, right? And in that case, I will have two results. Either they have scored the same marks, in which case yes or true, or they don't have scored the same marks. In that case, it will be no or false. So these three operators will give us a Boolean type of result. Okay. Next, again, we can have another subtype called count. So what are the range? Count can be anything. So you can count anything up to infinity, right? It will start from 0 and then it goes on and on. Whatever is your size of the data set that you're counting from will be the end, right? So in this also count, you can perform either addition or subtraction, which will give you a count type result. And you can also perform these three. That is, you can check whether some count is greater than or less than some other count, or if both of them are equal. In that case, you will get some Boolean result, that is in true or false format. Again, we can have gender as a subtype of character. So character was taking every alphanumeric value and special characters included. So in this case, if I have gender as a subtype, what are the values gender can take? Either male or female. So M and F. Right. So it can either, a card can either have gender M or F. Okay. So what are the operations that we can perform on gender subtype? We can only compare them. That are they same or are they different? So I have one student A whose gender I want to compare with another student B. So I will ask, is A's gender equal to B's gender? If yes, then we'll get true. If no, then we'll get false. Right? So the result that we are getting by asking the question is of Boolean data type. Next, this is one more data type known as string. So values, what are the values that come under string data type? Any sequence of characters. Say any name. Say someone's name is Rohan. So this is a string because this is a string of characters. These are all individual characters, right? Okay. So under this string data type, we can have again another subtype called names. So names are what? Names are also some kind of string only. Like I just said, Rohan can be someone's name, which is a string. But it has a subtype of its own known as names subtype. So what values does it assume? Strings with only alphabet characters. No one's name has any numeric character, right? So it will have strings. But what is the filter we are adding? Strings with only alphabet characters. And again, you can use the operation of comparison and it will give you Boolean type of data. We can check if two students have the same name or not, right? Again, you can have city as a data type. In that case, it will again take only alphabet characters because no city has numbers in its name, right? You can have words. So you will have a words data set. From there also you will get a lot of questions. So on words also, what we can have is strings with alphanumeric and all of these special characters. So in that also you can use this operation and you'll get a Boolean type of result. Right? So all of these are the different subtypes. So you can see that string can have a lot of subtypes, words, city, names, all of these. Right? So I hope subtype and data type are clear now for everyone. One second, I will ask. Yes, Anshi, do you want to ask something? Motrisha? Akash Kumar? Sachin? Animesh? Dhanush, Olivia, Ravikant? Anyone? If you have any question, you can unmute yourself and ask. Okay? Since all of you have raised your hands, so if you have any question, ask now. Aditya, Priyanka, Anjani, all of you. Okay. So then we have one more slide left. Let me do that. Okay, instead of raising your hand, you can just unmute yourself and ask the question, okay? Okay, so I'll share my screen for the last slides of this week. Alright, so I hope this is visible, everybody. So the first thing, now we are actually learning what are records and lists. Okay, so list is something that we'll be working with throughout the course. Alright. So this is what Anjani Tiwari, please stop requesting for control of my screen. Okay. So this is your structure of a card. Okay, like I just said that there is a scores data set. So this is how each card will look in the data set. What do you have? You have name of the student, say Clarence. This 9 is what? This is the sequence number. Just like I said, sequence number is what? It is of integer data type. It is a subtype. Name is Clarence. That is string data type. Gender is male, M. So this is character data type. Date of birth, 6 December. Right? And town and city is Bangalore. Now, this person, Clarence, has scored 63 in maths, 88 in physics, 73 in chemistry, and the total marks is 224. So, this is a marks card. Okay. These are all the information that will be available to you. So, data type with multiple fields, each of which has a name and a value. So, marks card has, these are the different types of fields: sequence number, name, gender, date of birth, city, maths marks, physics marks, chemistry marks, total marks. And what are the data types? For sequence number, we have sequence number data type. For name, we have names data type. Just like we saw that these are different subtypes, correct? These are different subtypes. Like sequence number is a subtype of integer, names is a subtype of string, gender is a subtype of character. Birth, date of birth is a dates data type. City, that is also what? String, right? So all of these have a type of field and the data type associated with it. Okay, now there are another set of data that will be given to you and questions will be asked from this. So these are the words data set. In that case, what we have a pile of cards. Every card has some word written on it. Like this card, which sequence number 0 has the word it written on it. And what is given? It is a type of pronoun. That is what type, what is the part of speech? The pronoun part of speech is given. It is a pronoun. And what is the letter count of the word? So IT, that is 2. Letter count is 2. Okay. So what are the fields in this word in para data set? Every card will have a sequence number, word, category, that is what your part of speech of the word, and the letter count of the word. Okay. And respectively, you have the type of field. So what is a list? A list is a sequence of data items. Okay. For example, a sequence of records. So what is a marks card list? It is the data type for our data set of all marks cards. So each element in the sequence is of marks card record data type. Basically, say I have a pile of cards. Okay. And all of those cards look like this marks card. Okay. So all the elements in that pile is from the marks card. So that means what? It forms a marks card list. That means all the records in that are of marks card data type. Similarly, for paragraphs, words, shopping bills, you can see all of these data sets in your portal, right? This is how the shopping bill data set looks like. So every card looks like this. We have, what are the fields? We have a sequence number. We have a store name. See, sequence number 1, store name SB stores. The customer Srivatsan. Now these are the items, like what they have bought, carrots, soap, tomatoes, whatever. Which category the item belongs from, like carrots belongs from vegetables, fruits, soap belongs from toiletries. Now the third column is what is the quantity in which Srivatsan has bought. So he has bought 4 pieces of soap. So it is given 4. Price is what? Price is per quantity price. So every soap costs 32 rupees and total cost is 4 units of soap that cost 32 rupees each. So total will be 128, right? So these are the different names of fields: sequence number, store name, customer name, items, and total bill value. Okay. So adding this cost column will give you the total bill value, that is 567 in this case. Okay. So what is the summary of this? That a data type will define the values that the variable can take and set the number of operations or which set of operations that it can permit. Right? Like for integers, we can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, like that. For Boolean, we can check like comparison operator. Basic data types: integer, Boolean, character. String is also one. Subtypes can be used to further restrict values like sequence number, date. These are all subtypes. Name, city. Record is a type of collection of named fields, each with the same or different data types. And list is a sequence of items. So basically, these each cards are each records. Alright. And the total pile of cards is what? It is a list. Okay, so items of a list are usually of the same data type. Right? So there can be a marks card list where there are all the records are of marks card data type. Okay, so we have pretty much covered all the content for week 1. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. I will stop sharing my screen. Shravani, Rose, Darshit, Priyanshu, Nishant, Vedant. Anyone wants to ask anything? Shashikant Verma. Yes, Radhika, Vyas, Sanjana, anyone? Okay. Then if no one has any questions, then we have finished week 1 theory part. So tomorrow we'll take up the practice assignment questions, right? And activity questions if you have any doubt. So if no one has anything to ask, then you can leave the session. Thank you so much.